Okay, so this is a Satipatthana Sutta, and I on the WhatsApp I did share lots of reference. Later I'll share the link with you all. I share this document. So there are some from the Tipitaka software. For this book, Four Foundation of Mindfulness by Sayadaw Usilana is actually a very good book and very practical for any Vipassana practitioner. And this is also another one. Uh, for Foundation Mindfulness in Plain English. This is very good book. So these two are really recommended to read. It's explained in very clear English. And some of the sutra net with the Pali English translation. And today we actually, since last week, we are going through the sutta with the commentary. Okay, because when we read the sutta, it seems to be easy, but with the commentary, it's actually much more clearer. Right, so I already opened few software. Okay, this is a Satipatthana all English. This one is Satipatthana with the translation from Bhikkhu Sujato with the Pali English. This is a four foundation mindfulness. Sayadaw U Silananda, he was a disciple, chief disciple of Mahasi Sayadaw. He already passed away in America from Myanmar. And then this same book. Okay. Now we just go through the English first. Right. So during the starting point, I mentioned about the Buddha was purposely taught this sutta at the guru at this place, Kamasa Dhamma. Why is it? Because according to commentary, the guru, the place was very good weather and the people are healthy in body and mind. So that's why they can practice this sutta to the fullest. And the beginning of this sutta, of course, with the background story, after that, there will be, we call it the introduction. Introduction, normally the Buddha will say the benefits. Okay. Now, this is the English translation, Ekayano. Okay. Ekayano, there are many translations. Okay. Now, Ekayano, some they call it the only way. Okay. This is one translation, but actually Ekayano in Pali means that the way. So the benefit is seven for purification of beings, for overcoming sorrow and limitation, for destruction of suffering. Okay. Now, purification of beings means purification from mental defilements. Then sorrow limitation is when we see people are having a grief, when they cry out. So we call it sorrow limitation, which is very obvious defilements in the mind. Suffering refer to bodily suffering. Grief refer to mental suffering. So one is body suffering, another one is mental suffering. And reaching the right path normally refer to Noble Eightfold Path. And here say attainment of Nibbana, namely the four foundation of mindfulness. And what are these four? Now, the sutta will actually repeat few ways. So first, contemplate the body in the body. This is the first way. Then leaves contemplate feeling in the feeling. Second way. Then contemplate consciousness in consciousness, I mean chitta in chitta. Third way. Fourth is Dhamma in Dhamma. So here translate as mental objects. So you have kaya, body, then feeling, vedana, then the chitta, consciousness, and then the Dhamma. So these four are called the four foundation of mindfulness. When we say the word foundation, actually the commentary also explain beside the meaning of foundation is actually four objects, mindfulness object. So the object for mindfulness can be the body, feeling, consciousness, and Dhamma, mental objects. Now, after that, before going this, there are few stock here. Ardent, clearly comprehending mindful. All right. Then feeling also same. Ardent, clearly comprehending mindful. Now, ardent will be on viriya. So in terms of noble effort path, this will be the samavayama, right effort. Then this one will be to do with the knowledge, to do wisdom. And this will be to do with the sati, mindfulness. So you can see when people are doing this Satipatthana, they are start to developing the Noble Eightfold Path. Okay. So this is the one that I mentioned in the first class, all right? And also the word covetousness and grief. So covetousness means that the greed, loba, grief will be referred to dosa. So loba and dosa. So there's a two evil roots. So by practicing Satipatthana, they can overcome the greed and hatred. So here translate as a covetousness and grief. And then start on here. So the first part will be mindfulness on breathing. How does the monk contemplate the body in the body? Now you can notice that there are always a repetition like body in a body, then above like feeling in a feeling. So why is it here? So the commentary actually explained that the body in the body means there are few reasons. The first reason is you see the body, you don't mix with the feeling. Okay, you don't mix with the consciousness. Body in a body. So the object must be very clear. Then second explanation is that you contemplate the body in the body, not as my body, not of other people body. So you don't cling to the idea of soul and self. It's just body in the rupa only. Okay. So that's the meaning of body in the body. So this I already explained earlier on. So in the mindfulness of breathing, actually now I actually revising what we learned before. Now, so in the starting point, the Buddha actually say the best place to go. Go to the forest, the foot of the tree, empty place. So all these are means that secluded place where we call it, you will have a kaya viveka, away from the cloud, have seclusion in the body. Then you sit down with the leg closed, keep the body erect, and his mindfulness alert. This means that the best posture is go to the empty place. Make sure your lower part of the body is not moving. So when you sit with the leg closed, of course, you will refer to the yogi method. So means that the way you sit is balanced. And then but upper body must erect. So the backbone must be straight. And then the mindfulness must be there. So there's a breathing meditation. So he will be breathing in, okay, he knows. Breathing out, he knows. So there are first pair here, in and out, he knows. Okay. Then long breathing, he knows. Okay. Long breathing in, breathing out, he knows. Short breathing in, breathing out, he also knows. Okay. So this means that no matter is long breathing, short breathing, he must know. And after that, the sentence experiencing the whole breath body. So actually the Pali is expressing the body, but here this body refer to breath. It's not our body here. Okay. So when you do this breathing meditation, anapanasati, you focus on the whole breath body means that you'll be mindful of the beginning, middle, and end part of the breathing. So when you breathe in, you should know from beginning, middle, end. When you breathe out, you should know from beginning, middle, end. Okay. After that, when you breathe in, breathe out, whole body, then the breath will be calm down. Okay. So there's a anapanasati. Right. Then after that, there will be stock face. This is the one that always repeating in all the Satipatthana Sutta. So he contemplate the body internally, contemplate the body externally. He least contemplate the body internally and externally. Okay, so this means that he see his own body. Here is breathing meditation, but also to do with body. So he contemplate his own rupa, and also he sometimes contemplate the rupa of other people. Okay, and sometimes contemplate the in and out here. So according to some of the teachers say, is it necessary to contemplate on the other people's body? They say sometimes we don't need to purposely see their body. We just influence. Like our mind, like our breathing meditation will be in and out, will be impermanent. So the breathing meditation, the breathing phenomena of others people will be in and out also impermanence. So we do the influence. We don't need purposely to contemplate on them. Unless you got psychic power. Without psychic power, how can you see the phenomena of the body of other people? Okay. So he contemplate the origin factors and dissolution factors. This means that he contemplate how the breath will arise and how the breath will cease. For example, origination factors of the breathing will be there will be nostril, there will be breath, there will be mind. So without the nostril, if your nose is stuck, you cannot breathe in. If your body is not alive, you cannot breathe in. If your mind already, if you already pass away, there's no more mind. So this definitely will not be breathing. So this is called origination factors. Okay. Then he lists contemplate original and extinction factors. Now, this is very important. All the mindfulness is established with the thought the body exists to the extent necessary just for knowledge and mindfulness, and he lives detached and clinging to nothing in the world. Thus among lives contemplate the body in the body. This means that he should establish the way that the body exists. This means that he just see this is just the body, not my body. This is just a lupa, not my lupa. And don't cling to, this means that don't cling to anything, not attached, totally detached to the any phenomena like breathing meditation, any breathing in and out or any lupa in the body. So that's how he should contemplate the body in the body. Okay, so that's the keyword here, the body, not my body. And that's the meaning of the body in the body. Okay, so this on breathing meditation. Now, second part will be on posture. So Satipatthana meditation is very good because you can practice anytime when you are going, when you are standing, when you are sitting, when you are lying down. So, and this is repeating again like above. So this, because this paragraph is always repeating. So this is actually insight where people are supposed to build out their insight meditation here, insight knowledge here. So this part is just a contemplation. And the difference here is explained in the commentary that just like animals also know they are going. Animals also know if you see the dog also know he's going, he's standing, he's lying down. But the difference is human can see it's just a nama rupa going. Okay? It's not a soul, it's not a self going. Okay. Like animal also go, human also go, but the difference is we can have the knowledge that it's only nama rupa going, not I and my going. So that's the purpose of this statement. Going, sitting, lying down. So this we call it four big posture. All right. So this is called four big postures. And on the third part, we call it any postures. All right. So this is called any posture. This means that beside the four big postures, standing, sitting, lying down, and walking. So any kind of posture, whether looking ahead, looking away, bending, stretching, wearing robes, carrying something, eating, drinking, chewing, swearing, and then walking, standing, falling asleep, walking, waking up, speaking, and keeping silent. He applied clear comprehension. So this part means that at any moment, at any posture, beside the four postures, sitting, walking, standing, lying down, at any posture, any moment, so somebody should practice with clear comprehension. Okay. Now, for this part, we need to know what is clear comprehension. So we have to look at the commentary. All right. So that's how it's good to learn commentary. Okay. Now this part. I have to go this way up there. Okay. Okay. So start from here. All right. Clear comprehension. All right. For example, in looking ahead from the Pali word alokite, vilokite, looking on, looking front, right? And what it is. Okay, now. Okay, first we must know when you are looking ahead, looking forward, or looking anywhere. First, there's not a soul. So remember when we practice Satipatthana, it's always go to the idea of Namarupa and try to see there's no self, no soul. So first, you must know there's no self, no soul. And after that, first there must be arise. Okay, when you want to look somewhere, the thought must come. I shall look straight on. All right. So when the thought arise, due to the thought, then there will be a wire dhatu. There will be some rupa that originating from the mind. So we in Pali call it chitta samupthana. So it's the rupa that originated from mind that create the wind. Wire is the wind, okay? And because of wind, then there will be a bodily expression, right? So the body will turn somewhere or move somewhere. Okay. Okay. And after that, there will be other action. So the commentary say a lot of activities like the process of oscillation, born of mental activities, chitta kriya vayo dhatu vihara. All right. Vipara. Vipara is like diffusion due to the wind element that is born from the mind. Okay. And surely there's no one. So everything will be just nama rupa. Okay. First, there will be a nama, a thought they want to look. They create the rupa. Wire dhatu is the wind element, is one of the rupa. Okay. After that, there will be eye consciousness that fulfilling the function of sight. So eye consciousness will arise here. So you can see in the commentary, there will be some abhidhamma point like this, chakku vinyanam, right? So after that, this is we call it clear comprehension or non-delusion, means that uh, there will be no confusion about the self or soul. So it's a asamoha without the delusion. Okay, and so on. So there are lots of points. Then if we look at here, even here talk about the life continuum, bhavanga, and so on. Okay, all these are some abhidhamma point here. So actually, in the commentary, we do see abhidhamma point. Okay. Um, okay. There are some points here. So here in abhidhamma point, they're talking about impulsion means jhana. Seven impulsion means jhana. All right. Yeah. I think just skip some of the commentary here. So, all right, now here talking about eye consciousness, seeing, okay, how do somebody see? Because see is not I see, but it's the eye consciousness, chakku vinyana, that see, all right? So by the reason of knowing the acts of looking straight on and of looking away from the front, in the way only an eye consciousness. So the eye consciousness that see, and then the everything and others are left out. So when you see somebody and or see something, it's just a bare seeing. Bare seeing refer to eye consciousness. All right. So then they're talking about the commentary, talking about the eye is eye based, visible is a materiality based, seeing is the mind based, and so on. Okay. And then so on. So and everything will be due to the combination of these four bases. This means that here you see what we call it cause and effect. When the seeing process come, it's not just somebody see, but there must be eye. There must be visible object. Then after that, there will be seeing process. Then there will be also feeling. All right. So the act of seeing is combination of all these natural phenomena or natural dhamma. It's not somebody see or somebody look at it, right? And also here, it actually you also give some patana point. There will be like support condition, object condition, and so on. So this is actually when you study patana, you see all these condition. Okay. And also here is according to the this one, we call it the decisive support. One of the patana condition is the this one. The light is a condition of decisive support. For example, when you see something, yes, there's a object there, and there's your eye is good, and then but if there's no light, you cannot see. Okay, so that's why a light is a condition of decisive support. And then there will be something, this or all these are patana point. Okay, so it's just trying to say the whole thing is the act of seeing is not just belong to me or belong to I, but many dhamma they act together with the light as a support, and then there will be process of seeing. So here is actually explained in this way, right? And after that, what is the meaning of bending and stretching? So when you are, you see, when you are looking on, looking forward. So the commentary explained this one already. Okay. And when you're bending and stretching, how do you see according to commentary? All right. So samijete pasareti in bending and stretching, right? This means that when you bend, like for example, you bend your arms, when you bend your legs and so on. Okay. Okay, it say that here is even when you're bending, you must have a clear comprehension of suitability, right? Consider what is suitable and what is not suitable. For example, here it's just talking about the story when the one bhikkhu, when he stretch out his hand, he come in contact with the bhikkhuni, and after that he last come out, he become a layman. All right. So when we bend our arms or bend our feet, we also need to see whether it's a suitable time or suitable place or not. Right. So it try to say explain here. Right? And here you say the story about the Sri Lanka place and so on. Okay. This is the part here. Actually, some of the story is quite interesting when you look at it. Yeah. Okay. And so on, it also stretch on the idea. There's no soul that bends and stretch out. So when when you want to stretch your hand or stretch your arms and so on, first there will be mental activities. So there's a process of want to stretch. After that, then there will be we call it the just now the wire dhatu, the process of oscillation. This means the wind element in the body that will cause the bending and stretching. Okay. So it's same like just now. First go for the idea of known soul, and after that know that it's the mind that leads the bodily action. That's and so on. Okay. So it's same. The rest are actually quite same already. Okay. Now how about eating? How about this one? How do we apply clear compassion in eating, drinking, chewing, and swearing, right? Right. So for in a meditator and also bhikkhu, we should reflect the eightfold purpose. For example, not for sport, not for entertainment, and some on. Like when we for monks and then we have the kind of chanting, especially for our food, is not for purpose or this. It just uh not for sports, not for entertainment, not for enjoyment, not for fat. It's just for to reduce the hunger and so on. Mm. Also like this, okay? When they are eater, there's nobody who eat. Okay. So there will be like just now the same sentence. There will be something first mental action, then mental action, mental activities that after they will cause a diffusion or process of oscillation means that the wind element in the body, right? So they will be receiving of food, and then after that the hand will move down to the bowl, and after that they are making of food into lumps, and after that then nobody open the jaws means that you are chewing the food. Okay, all these are just process, one process by another process, another process. It's the mind that makes the action, and then the bodily wind element will come. So you're trying to say that all these are process and process. So when we are eating, so one way to practice this eating process is that we eat slow. Okay. So when you eat slow, you notice that the process finish, one another process will finish, another process will finish. Okay. Right. So we just take it, everything is one process and the process lead by the mind and then create the body. So you can say this one, okay? The wire dhatu, right? Wire dhatu that move is the wind element takes that takes onwards, right? Then the patawi dhatu in the body, that's the bearing out turning. Then the the water element cohesion that moisture the food and so on. Tejo, the heat in the stomach that ripens, digest the food. And then the akasa dhatu, okay? So the space that become the way of entering the food. Then the consciousness, vijnana dhatu, as a consequence of right action, right kind of action knows in any particular situation, right? So it's talking about our four great elements in the body, how they act together to for us to bring down the food, to digest the food, to ripen the food, and after that, finally there will be expelling of food. Okay, so that's how I explain here. Okay, then finally the food will be eating out. Okay, and finally the food will be trickling or oozing the fruit from the body openings. So the body will expel out when we go to toilet, you do the urination and so on. Right. Okay. So after that, the sutta also say, okay, beside walking, standing, and so on, right? And also there are other process, okay, like uchara pasawa when going to toilet, defecating and urinating, right? Okay. And so on, okay. All right. Okay. Now I think we go for something that we can. Okay. Now walking, standing, sitting. All right. How do we do this? Right? Gate. Actually, it's a past participle with the ta, nita, and then you put the e and become locative for that. So gata become gate. Uh, this going, standing, sitting. This is a sitting. Sute is waking up. Sute is sleeping. Jagarite is waking up. Basite is a talking. Tumhi bawe is a speaking. Right. Okay, now the practice of clear comprehension should be known even by triple methods stated here. Right. First way we must know the posture of long duration. Okay. Then posture of middling duration, posture of a short duration. Right. Sometimes you might stand for a long time. Sometimes you might stand for a short time. Sometimes middle time. Sometimes you might stand for a short time. So it's talking about these three three time moment. Okay. Okay, so when after standing for a long time in studying and answering a question or minding a subject of meditation, sit and reflect. The bodily and mental things which existed during the time of standing ended just at the time of standing. It's called the dual or clear convention in the standing, right? Who, after sitting for a long time in study and other similar work, lies down and reflects. The bodily and mental things, means that namarupa, which existed when sitting, ended just at the time of sitting. It's called a dual, a clear comprehension in sitting. All right. This means that when you finish one portion, let's say if you are standing for some time, so after that, when you move to another posture, so you need to reflect. Okay, the Namarupa of just now you are standing already finished. Same also, when you're sitting, after you're sitting, then you move to another direction, another activities. Then you say the Namarupa in sitting already ended. All right. So this is called how we contemplate with a clear comprehension. So means that we aware of the action done previously is already finished. Okay. So when you're lying down, okay, fall asleep, then getting up from sleep, so he reflect the bodily and mental things which existed during the time of sleep ended just during the sleep. Okay. So means that after you fall asleep and when you wake up, so you need to have clear comprehension that just now the nama rupa during the sleeping time already finished. Now you are on the waking up. Right. So that's the meaning of clear comprehension. So at every moment, every whether it's a long duration, middling duration, or short duration, you're aware that earlier activity is finished and now you are on the new namarupa, new activities. Okay, so it means that bodily and mental things refer to namarupa. Actually, commentary is not easy to read because it has many some abhidhamma point also, and also the Pali also difficult. That's why the English also not easy to read. Okay. Okay, so let's see some more here. All right. So that's mean that now in talking, all right. So is somebody who's speaking, all right. So he need to be mindful, clearly comprehending when he speak. How he say, okay, this sound, when he speak, he know that the sound, actually you're making a sound depending on the lips, teeth, tongue, palate, and then the act of mind. Okay. When there will be the mind want to speak, then the sound, the produce the sound. So this means that when you are speaking, you need to be mindful of the movement of the lips, teeth, tongue, and the mind, of course, right? So when he becomes silent, all right, he also need to know, okay? During the just now, when the time of speaking, the namarupa already finished. Now is when the person is in silence, so just now the namarupa finished already when talking. Okay. So this means that he will be, according to this sutta, clear comprehension means that when you change posture from one posture to another posture, you need to reflect that the earlier posture has the namarupa has finished. And when you are on a new posture, you also be aware of the activity. Like for example, when you are like mentioned just now, when you are talking, you must aware of your lips, your teeth, the mind want to speak. So when you're keeping silent, you're also aware that the posture of keeping silent and the earlier activities of talking already finished. The namarupa already finished. Okay. And just now when you're eating, you're aware of the process of the food, how the four great elements digest the food. For example, the food digest by the fire element and how the wind actually pushing down the food, and then the lump of food is hard or soft. All these are called as a patawi, right? So any activities, so it seems to be a lot of activities here that we need to know. But the main idea is like just now what we say, try to see what is namarupa and try to see there's no soul or no self that carry the activities. Everything is just the one we call it the namarupa word together and then the next namarupa word together. Okay. Right. So any question up to this one about this point? Yes, Badako?
If we base on this way to define clear comprehension,
Mm?
then it's definitely very difficult to have clear comprehension because we can't even have a cluster of mindfulness. But here you're talking about reality of mindfulness. How
Yeah, all right.
to Uh,
So during the starting point, of course, somebody cannot have fully, we say full clear comprehension, but they start to practice when their mindfulness is strong. So slowly things are become clearer. All right. So of course, at first everything is not clear. It's like very blur blur. You thought there's I'm eating, I'm walking, I'm standing, right? Yeah. But once you start to have the full momentum of the practice, then this thing will appear by yourself. And of course, one of the advantage, like the Buddha said in the beginning, if you stay alone, like say, when you stay alone, it's easier to practice mindfulness. But when you stay with a crowd, for example, that's why they say stay in a family life is not suitable because of what? You need to talk with people all the time. You need to pay attention to them. But when you stay in a meditation center alone, so you can be more mindful because your mind is not distracted by outside activities. Okay, so you can be mindful of all the posture, whether you are walking, standing, whether you are eating, you're chewing, and so on. Of course, we cannot see the wind element, but we notice that when we have the intention want to walk, then there will be a movement. All the movement in the body belong to wind element. Okay?
but those are deduction based on our so-called maybe through our study. So these are conceptual understanding. So it wouldn't so easily come to clear comprehension because you would definitely need a very high sakti to be able to see all these things. Otherwise, otherwise it would be because how to see such a minute details
Yeah,
will
you can,
be.
you can. You can. You need to very slow. That's why, according to Mahasi Sayadaw, we need to slow down movement. When we slow down movement, we can see. Like for example, normally we want to walk, we say, I want to walk. But if you be mindful, you notice there's an intention want to walk. Then after that, we say the movement come. The movement of the body belong to wind element. Okay. So in meditation center like Mahasi said, Mahasi Vipassana center, we are practicing the same movement again, but we slow down the speed so we can apply clear comprehension. Right? That's a method here by slowing down our process, our action, bodily action. Okay. Some sooner or later we will see it when the mind is clear. At first the mind is actually not clear because of okay, so we can look at the some another book on this topic for foundation mindfulness. Okay. So let's go for this book. Let's go on this one. This book I think some people normally you can get in meditation center, but maybe nowadays. Okay, now this part, all right. This book is actually easy to read for Foundation Mindfulness by Oostlander. Okay, now he applies clear comprehension. Okay, now he explained there are four kind of clear comprehension. The first one is beneficial, whether it's suitable or not suitable. Okay, for example, okay, let's see. All right. For example, like the example they say that, for example, a monk is wearing the double robe. Okay. For a monk who are sensitive to cold, thick robes are suitable. For a bhikkhu who is sensitive to heat, thin robes are suitable. So we also have clear comprehension on this kind of thing. So I think clear comprehension actually very useful in our daily life where we should see what is suitable and what is not suitable. Okay. So meditators should wear loosely fitting clothes. Weak meditators should not wear burdensome clothes. Their clothes should be suitable, right? Okay. Now another one, clear comprehension domain means that domain here means object. Object means mind and matter. So in just doing this thing, so there's no beings, no soul. So there's another clear comprehension in this one. Now eating and chewing, you know. And also clear comprehension, you should not eat the food that is not good for you, right? And another one is a non-delusion, all right? So you can see there's only the body eating and the mind wants to eat, all right? So actually, if you can practice like this with logic, we call it with logic, actually not so difficult to practice the clear comprehension. So we will see that first thing is always in the, we call it the vipassana knowledge, always try to go for the namarupa. When you see namarupa and you apply all the namarupa to with all the clear comprehension, like they say, when you're eating, only the body want to eat. Okay, the body is eating, but actually the one that want to eat is the mind. There's nothing else, right? So also you should not. The main thing is you should not all the every activities, all the action, whether it's major or minor. So including the toilet also. Okay, so yeah. So they must stand with mindfulness, sit with mindfulness. All right. So they continue to meditate, falling asleep, and when they are sleeping. So how they practicing? So when you're sleeping, you lie down, you not on your breathing. And when sleepy arises, you not sleepiness, and let the sleep come to you. Okay. So when you wake up, the first moment, try to know the first moment when you wake up. So when you wake up, you say, I am waking up, I am waking up. You apply clear comprehension, right? And so on. Okay. So when they see contemplate this way, they do not grasp anything. All right. So through the clear comprehension of non-delusion, non-delusion means asamoha. They see the true nature. True nature is means that only namarupa, and do not cling to any self or soul. This means they don't cling to anything. Don't cling to any of the five aggregates. Right. That's why we call it five aggregates of clinging. That's how the body dwells, contemplate the body in the body. So this book actually is very easy to read. So if you want to practice vipassana, download or find somewhere some of the book, some of the I think Buddhist center they have this book. Try to find it because nowadays with the online learning, actually a lot of people don't read the book anymore. So it's good to get hold of this kind of book because it's very good. Now, just now, okay, let's say so the commentary we also find just now, okay, long posture, long duration, middle duration, and a short duration. Okay. So for example, you are standing for a long time. Okay. This is called going, standing, sitting now. Right. So going forward and backward, uh, bending, stretching, middle duration. Okay. And walking, standing, sitting, all these are short, considered as short duration. Yeah. This is according to timing here. But and the main thing is whatever posture you assume, you should apply clear comprehension. Okay, you should carry out all activities with the body, with the clear comprehension, and with mindfulness. Sometimes you say clear comprehension, sometimes you say knowing, sometimes you say watching. They are the same attitudes. So when you try to keep the mind on the object, you need effort, mindfulness, concentration, and understanding. So we need four. This means that viriya, effort, sati, mindfulness, samadhi. You also need some samadhi. Samadhi means that you, for example, you focus on the body posture, your mind don't go and contemplate other things. You just focus on the body posture. So then that's how you get some samadhi. And the understanding means to do with knowledge. So we need this one. Okay. So when you are practicing at the same time, you are starting to build your mindfulness and concentration and with your knowledge also. So of course, when you become more skillful, all these are become more strong. So at beginning, we just try to build out as much as possible. Try pay attention, close attention to objects and do not look at other things, all right? Don't bother about penetrating the nature of things. Right? That's important. When you're mindful of everything that is pleasant, insight will come to you by itself. When you take note of everything that exists at the present moment, this insight will arise by itself. This means that when we practicing, we don't keep on thinking that, oh, I want to see I want my wisdom to arise. I want to penetrate to the nature of things. But actually, when you are being mindful, your mind should focus on the present moment. Okay, so the insight will arise, will come by itself. That's what I try to say here. Okay, next question. Right. Okay, so now we go back to the sutta.
Uh,
So the Kaya Nupasana.
Oh,
Yes, Linda.
Sayagyi. Oh,
Linda, you want to say something?
I just want to make it clear.
Yeah.
We have to have a full awareness of one's action, awareness of the suitability of one's means. Then we have a full awareness of the domain that is abandoning the subject of meditation during one's daily routine. Full awareness of reality, knowledge, that behind one's activity there is no abiding self. Do I got it right? Is that I got it?
Okay. Just now got four, mentioned four.
Yeah.
One is domain. Okay.
Uh,
So one is, I think one is beneficial.
uh,
One is beneficial. One is called suitability.
uh,
Another one is what we call it a domain. There's another one called domain. There's another one is with non-delusion. There are four of them.
well, that means
Okay.
the awareness of reality and knowledge that's behind one's activity. There's no abiding self. That means is it?
Yeah. It's everything. Just try to see there's a nama lupa. Nama lupa. There's
Mhm.
no soul, no self. Okay. All right.
Okay.
So, okay, it's good. Now we go for this term. Okay. Now, clear comprehension is translated with the Pali word sampajanya. All right. Sampajanya, from the word sampajana. So you can see the root ja and nya means that with knowledge. So sampajanya means seeing or knowing and listening rightly with the this some is explained with the word like some means rightly, entirely, equally, evenly, and equally, right? Okay. Now, sometimes when we go for sub commentary, it will explain the different meaning. First meaning is rightly, correctly. Second meaning is entirely. Third one is equally, evenly. That's a meaning of some. Okay. All right. So rightly means you see, observe the object of meditation, see them clearly and precisely. Do not confuse them with other things. So means that when you see the mind, you distinguish with see it different from the nama. When you see nama, you see it different from the lupa. When you see lupa, you see different from the nama. So nama lupa. So you should not confuse between nama lupa. That's the first meaning. Second meaning entirely, the word sampajanya means that in all aspects, you see in Abhidhamma we say the characteristic, function, manifestation of given object. So that's the meaning. Third meaning is equally, evenly. So you must apply your mental faculties. All right. For example, what is this sada? Okay. Effort. So all these are sada, viriya, sati, samadhi, and panya. Okay. So confidence, effort, mindfulness, concentration, and wisdom. So this must work in balance and in harmony and balance with each other. So that's the meaning of sampajanya according to commentary. All right. This means that you should see precisely, cease entirely using the mental faculties. All right. So when you have evenness in the application of our five mental faculties, there will be further development of wisdom. So okay, now okay, there are four of them. The first one is benefits. You must see what you do is benefits or not. Okay, for example, you want to speak to somebody, then you have to see whether if your speech is beneficial for you and for others. Second thing, even though it might be have beneficial for you and for other people, but it might not be suitable. So because at that time maybe he's busy or your mind, you are not in a good condition. All right. So there's a suitability. The one is domain. Domain here means object, right? So your mind should be focused on meditation object. Last one is non-delusion. So everything you should try to see is anicca, dukkha, anatta, and a non-self, nothing to do with I and my. So this is we call it the four clear comprehension mentioned in the commentaries. When we say here it's a commentaries, okay, it's not in the main sutta, but this is how the ancient teacher, we call it the Thera, they are teaching us how should we see the clear comprehension. Okay, for example, here, going to shrines, going to Bodhi tree is a beneficial activities for Buddhists, right? So when you go there, you're accumulating merits, positive mental states. So it's a beneficial things. Giving Dhamma talk also beneficial, right? Okay, so first you must know the action is beneficial, okay? But you should not do it straight away. You have to consider whether it's suitable or not, right? For example, it might not be suitable place and time. Right. For example, you want to go to shrine, pagoda, and Bodhi tree. It's a beneficial activities. But when at the time it's a festival time, a lot of people, if you want to go there and meditate there, as a meditator, you should not go there because there are a lot of crowd of a lot of people. So they will see something disturb the mind. Okay. So they should not go there. So first you must see it's beneficial. Then after that you must see whether it's suitable. Right? Right. And the next one example is, yes, looking at the corpse is beneficial. But when you look at the corpse, then will be lustful thoughts. It's opposite sex, then it might not be suitable. So we should apply these two, suitability and beneficial, see whether they're beneficial in our any daily activities. Okay. Right. Domain. All right. There are different terms. Domain. One thing is means that is your place. So you should meditating in the seclusion. So that's the meaning of domain, where people will not disturb you. But the Buddha actually say, like for example, the bhikkhu live in their domain. The domain is a four foundation of mindfulness, right? So another meaning of domain means object. So four foundation of mindfulness is object for the meditator here. Right? Okay. All right. I think we will stop today. We'll just go for half an hour practice. All right. So how to practice this one? All right. Actually, next week I want to talk about uh this one. I already talked to the Chinese group yesterday about four great elements. That's the next topic. All right. So today's topic is only on the this one is next week. Okay. So today's topic is only on this clear comprehension. And today I just mentioned about the posture and so on. So today we are talking about this one. How should we practice the mindfulness on clear comprehension? So basically the idea is just try to see one action finish before what we do in a Vipassana center is we in the past, if anybody go for Vipassana center, you know that the teacher encourage you to go slow. So when you are finished standing, before you change to sitting, you should note the mind, the intention want to sit. Then when you are lowering down your body, you observe how the body is like going down, going down, going down. So that means that you'll be mindful of all the changing posture from standing, then the intention in the mind want to sit, then you do sitting, sitting, sitting. So when you're sitting, 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 the mind aware of how the rupa, the body is sitting. So when sitting down, the body touching the cushion or whatever, so you feel the feeling of sitting, right? So that's how we change the posture, right? So later when you want to do walking, so you not the intention of mind want to walk, then you observe all the walking, 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 and be aware of all the posture. And when you're aware, there are few ideas. The first idea you should aware is only nama rupa. Then you have this clear comprehension of asamoha, means that with non-delusion, you don't cling to soul and self. You only see nama rupa working together. All right, so that's the first thing. And second thing is you have to see the previous Namarupa already finished. So this means that when you are walking, you have to understand the previous Namarupa in a sitting posture already finished. Now, in the walking posture is a new Namarupa. So for example, when you lift the leg, you lift the feet, and then when you move forward and drop down, all different steps of the leg movement, all the Namarupa finish before the next Namarupa, before the next Namarupa. Actually, it's possible to see when you have we call it like mindfulness, concentration, effort are strong. You can see the different stages in this Namarupa. It's actually possible. Okay, so we will start with half an hour meditation. Okay, so we can start now. And next week we will do the 4 great elements, right? So if you want to listen to Chinese one, you have to join the Saturday next week. Okay, we will start now.